going on, guys? Graham G. Mathis here with BleacherReport.com and ahead of A&E's WWE Legends episode of Biography coming up on Sunday, July 17th. They're focusing on WWE Hall of Famer, multi-time world champion, the man, the myth, the legend himself, Bill Goldberg. Bill, what's going on, man?
Same, my brother. Just trying to survive another 100-degree day in Texas.
Oh, my God. I can only imagine. It's hot here in Connecticut, so I can only imagine you're burning up right now.
It's hot in Connecticut probably for other reasons, but yeah, the sun's shining pretty damn bright here, man. It's pretty crazy.
Yeah, it's been a pretty hot summer. It's only going to get hotter on Sunday. Like I said, WWE Biography Legends on you. Last week we had Undertaker, the first episode. You're the second episode. The cool thing with you is that we really haven't had a lot of Goldberg documentaries in the last couple of years. I know there was the episode of 24, which I absolutely loved. And I think this will kind of give people a different look and a different perspective of yourself. Can you kind of test that as well?
I hope so. I hope so. You know, I don't want to be one-dimensional my entire life, but I think that, you know, but if anyone understands and has seen the character on the Goldbergs and me dancing around in the last episode in my high heels and pink shirt, they see the antithesis of the Goldberg character. So hopefully in the documentary, they see a little bit about me behind the scenes and a little bit of my interaction with my family, who's my number one reason for existing right now.
That's awesome. And it's funny you mentioned that. I have a 9-year-old sister that religiously watches the Goldbergs, knows nothing about wrestling, but knows you from that show. So you kind of
That's
like,
awesome.
yeah, it kind of expands you to an all new audience, which is super cool. And, you know, just kind of going off that, I feel like with these interviews that you do, and I've talked to you a few times now, and the documentaries that you've done, we get a different side of Goldberg, like you said, the family side. Do you still find that people are surprised to see that who you are as an actual person? Because some people only watch the wrestling product and see how dominant you are and only see that, like you said, one-dimensional side sometimes. I feel like people are still getting to know who you are as a person.
Yeah, I mean, it's strategically been placed out there. I don't like to put a lot of myself out to the public. But when you put something together like this documentary, this is the time and the place to do it. This is kind of like peeling back the layers of the character and showing the human behind it. Truth be told, I'm a man of range. I really am. You know, when I got into the business, I wanted an 80-year-old woman who'd never seen professional wrestling to be able to walk down the street and go, "Hey, there's Goldberg." Well, now I can do that because I've succeeded in some way, shape, or form. So I will bite your head off and throw it up right in front of you just as quickly as I'll give you a hug, man, and say thank you very much for something. But you know, here's another side, and I keep throwing this out to all these podcasts and interviews, but another side of Goldberg. Okay, go on my Instagram right now, Goldberg95, and see the picture that I posted. It's a picture of a bird. There's a story behind the bird. We found this baby bird laying on the ground at my son's baseball game, and there's no way as a human being I could just walk by the damn thing and not pick it up and try to save its life. Now, granted, there are some humans that I know that would have done that, but I'm not one of them. So very long story short, brought him back to our house, nursed him back to health. That was about 3 weeks ago when we acquired him. 2 days ago, we let him go. And I'll be damned if I didn't walk in the kitchen today and then walk outside on my balcony and the subbitch landed on my head.
Oh my goodness.
That's one of the most wholesome moments of my entire life. And in a nutshell, it's a definition of who Goldberg is. You know, I got a big heart, man, and I take things personally, and I'm no different than any other human being. But when the bell rings and I put those tights on and I lace up those boots, I turn into Godzilla. So the value of a human being is to be able to show range. I like to be able to laugh at myself, and then rip your face off. So I mean, hey, there you go.
kind of covers all horizons there, which is great. And I guess an important follow-up question: did you name him or her the bird, or did you feel like if you did, you would get too attached to it?
Oh no, I never felt like I would get too attached. Yes, we named him. We found him in Franklin, Texas, and his name is Franklin. Now,
that's awesome.
I think he's a girl, so it's Franklina, but you know, just the story just warms my heart, man. And it shows I think it shows in a microcosm that I am a human being at the same time.
That's fantastic. And like you said, we could see more of that on the special coming up on Sunday. Is that what, like, the last couple of months? Because the last time we saw you in the ring was back in February, Elimination Chamber, Saudi Arabia. Is that what the last couple of months have kind of looked for you, between taking care of birds, going to baseball games, just kind of enjoying life, hanging out with your family, and obviously looking like a beast, still working out like a monster?
Well, thank you first and foremost. Secondly, yes, that's all I've done. Tomorrow morning, I'll be taking off to Houston for another 4-day baseball weekend. We've done that every single weekend this summer except for one. And yeah, man, I've slid into the father role and the husband role and the dad role, and it's something that I've wanted for an extremely long period of time. And to be able to take part in these type of activities with my son and my wife, it's irreplaceable. It truly is.
Yeah, and they got to see your whole career, especially this return run. That's seen a lot of highs and lows, one world championships, and a lot of great matches as well, which is really, really cool. And I know you've talked before how that was one of your primary goals in getting back in the ring so many years ago, was allowing your son to see you wrestle, which he did. And he was there for many of those moments, which is awesome. And I know this is probably the same answer as it would have been 5 years ago when you wrapped up the Brock match at 33, which I was there for, and it was excellent. Would you be content coming off that match with Roman, which I thought was perfectly well done for what you guys set out to accomplish? Are you content with that being your last match, if it ended up being your final match in wrestling?
Hell no. As Goldberg, abso-freaking-lutely not.
Mm-hmm.
It was great business, but it's not how I want to go out.
Is avenging that loss something that really, like, eats at you? Not eats at you, but either that or something else that you would like to accomplish in wrestling going forward?
It doesn't eat at me by any stretch of imagination, but it eats it 100%. So
Yeah.
I mean, Roman and I were on a collision course for a long period of time. It never happened when it would have been the best. But to say that anyone who beats me doesn't deserve to have their ass kicked afterwards, I would be a liar if I said anything other than that.
Is he like the opponent on your mind if you were to come back for another match, going back for that again, having a more full-length match at maybe a place here in the States or something like that? Or is there anyone else in the business that you may follow or keep tabs on that you think would be interesting?
Oh man, there are a number of guys out there that would be interesting for sure. I think Riddle and I have had a little bit of a controversial past. I'd love to pop him in the face a couple times, but yeah, Roman, I owe Roman something for sure. I'd always like to get Brock again, but hey man, beggars can't be choosers, and hey, if it happens, it happens. If not, then I just got to deal with it. I'll catch him
Sorry, what was that?
I'll catch him on the street or something.
Yeah, exactly. I'm sure you'll catch him around one of these days. There's a lot of people that kind of have that same intensity about them that would kind of remind people of you in WWE and elsewhere right now. One guy named Wardlow, he's an All Elite Wrestling, friend of Tony Khan. I know you've met him before and stuff like that. He gets thrown around a lot, obviously not the Goldberg of 2022. Everyone's their first everything, so not to make comparisons, but he's someone that kind of models your intensity, which is really cool. Have you heard of him? Have you seen anything that he's done? And do you understand the comparisons that people kind of make there?
I understand the comparisons. I've heard of him for sure. I've seen pictures of him. I haven't seen him work that much, but
yeah.
Hey man, more power to him. There needs to be more characters like that. There needs to be serious intensity out there. There's people that slice meat and there's people that eat meat, right? And he needs to be eating meat. And now Big E's going to come into it, but yeah, man, I don't know. I've never read anything about a comparison from him and how he passes judgment on it, but. At the end of the day, anybody that's close to the top in their prospective business to be compared with myself, that's an honor and a privilege.
That's awesome. And as we wind down here, Goldberg, you talk about making meat, eating meat, slicing meat. What's your routine? What's your workout routine looking like these days? And what are you eating?
Oh God, I try to keep up with my son, right? So he works out, he does football in the morning, and then he does baseball in the afternoon, and he finishes with lifting in the evening. So I try to stay up with him in all of those workouts. Obviously, I don't do the baseball workout, but I try to do a little bit of speed stuff. I try to do different cardio stuff, and I sure as hell try to lift with it. But it's a bonding thing, number one, but I get most of my workouts done when he's asleep, and I can just jump in the gym on my own.
That's fantastic. And beyond just family stuff, anything that you're looking forward to, just the immediate future that you're doing, keeping you motivated. Like you said, family is a big part of who you are. We're going to see that in the documentary on Sunday. Anything else beyond that? I guess baseball and sports would be one of them too, right?
New CBD line coming out next week.
Nice.
Oh, Gallant. That's near and dear to my heart, man. When everybody's pumping their bodies full of crap that they have no idea what the ingredients are, I partnered up with a company called Hemp to Lab that's just run by high-level executives and high-level scientists, and it's from seed to sell, and it's a one-stop shop, and it's something I'm very proud of. We got some automobile television content coming out hopefully soon, and I got a couple other things up my sleeve, but trying to keep busy.
That's cool. It sounds like you are, whether you're, keeping keeping busy with the CBD line, or I remember the last time I talked to you, were on a tractor that morning, just out in your field in the yard and stuff like that, which is fantastic. But before then, we got the A&E special on Sunday, WWE Biography Legends. Yourself, Goldberg, going to be the focal point of the episode, which I'm looking forward to as a fan. It was great talking to you today as well. So congrats on all the success, man. I appreciate it.
I appreciate it, man. It's always good to talk to you, dude. And, check it out on Sunday, man. Hopefully everybody's entertained, and hopefully they learned something positive about Goldberg that they didn't know before.
That's the goal, man. Have an awesome weekend. I'll talk to you soon.
You too, brother.